I had the opportunity over the last few weeks to be sharing a few on the construction of a message, looking into a passage and getting the understanding. One of the things that is foremost, when we look into our word, when we study God's word together, when we have our personal time of devotion and study the word, one of the most important things that we can focus in on is the context. What was the author saying? Why did they say what they said? What was the point of them lifting up that passage? I had a video I wanted to share with you this morning, but I couldn't find a version that would suffice for Sunday morning. Some would remember a few years ago, and I talked about this documentary a week or two ago that I saw of Allen Iverson. Many have heard this documentary, or this rant, or this tirade, this interview that he had several years ago. I'm from just outside the Philadelphia area, Pottstown, Reading, not too far from Philly, and so I've grown up, that was my hometown. Philadelphia Sixers and Eagles and Flyers and Phillies, and so I followed Philadelphia sports all my life. And so when Allen Iverson was giving that interview, I paid attention. And all these years, I don't know how many years it's been since that tirade, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, I've always understood it the way that the media set it up. The way that it was laid out was that he was talking about practice. And he said, practice? Are we talking about practice? And the way that it was 10, 15 minutes, language that we can't use this morning. Well, I would have shown you the video. Couldn't find 30 seconds that we could hold it all together. But the whole discussion was about practice. Why are we talking about practice? And the media grabbed hold of that and they said, oh, here's a demonstration of the superstar who's made so much money and has lost touch. He doesn't think he needs to come to practice. And for the last 10 or so years, I thought that was the story. Allen Iverson doesn't like to practice. He doesn't need practice. He doesn't see any reason, because if you look at the clips the right way, that's what it sounds like. Are we talking about practice? I'm a superstar. Don't I give my all every night? Why are we talking about practice? When I watched that documentary, they pulled back a little bit of the lens and explained what that tirade was all about. The interview was a day or two after they had lost in the playoffs. Their season had been ended. The interview happened days after his friend, whose name is tattooed on his neck, had been killed. In the seriousness of life, with my best friend being killed, with us just losing when we were supposed to go further this year than we did last year, are we really going to talk about practice? Is that really what we're here to talk about? Is this the whole reason for this interview? Because there's some serious things going on in my life. Is this what we're focusing on? For 10 years, I didn't know that's what the context was. I thought they were talking about practice. I thought they were talking about the fact that he was late for practice. I thought they were talking about the fact that he didn't go to practice. But what he was really saying was, I got all these serious things going on in my life. I have to bury my best friend in a few days. He said, we just lost and all the weight is on me because I'm the superstar. And you want to talk about maybe in 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes late for practice? Is that what we're talking about? Context is important. Amen. Maybe you've never been taken out of context. And I share this morning because if we're going to understand this passage, we've got to understand the context. Philippians is a book that has a lot of iconic verses. Verses that we claim hold, we keep near to us, we memorize them, we know them very well. But the problem is, if we take them out of context, they become bumper stickers. That's right. They become these catchphrases that we can apply and attach to any and everything, but when we put them in their context, then they receive the power of God to work in our lives. Yeah.